Yo, yo, yo. This is your host, the one and only, by himself. By myself. No, I'm kidding. Nah, man, this your boy Leo Solomon, and this my co-host.
Eric Rashad Music, you already know what it is.
Yeah, man. So we bringing in episode 4. We're just going to get a little bit more personal on this one.
But fun at the same time, but yeah, personal.
Yeah, true. So I know, in the first episode, we brought in, the things that we do outside of this podcast, for as me being a musician, singer, songwriter, and my boy being an awesome producer, we're going to get... Okay, I feel you on the humble.
Yeah, you gotta be humble, man.
But, we just going to get a little bit of personal about our talents outside of, our day jobs and this podcast. So I'm going to just let my boy go over his history of...
Oh, I got to go first?
Oh, okay.
Nah, man. Yeah, I mean, if I can go, if you want me to go, I'll go. I ain't tripping.
Well, you know what? Nah. Because I think I'm going to go ahead and go first because I got a lot of people that have a lot to say to me. You know what I'm saying? They be shooting their little slugs. You know what I'm saying? When I came here, I had somebody that shot a slug at me. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of people, they ask me, because I be on my Instagram or my Facebook, and I put up snippets of, music, unreleased music and stuff like that. So people are kind of be like, man, the music jamming out, but when the hell you going to put out something? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like when? Because my last project I put out was the mixtape or the EP?
No,
the outlet, did that come out before?
No, that was the outlet.
Okay.
The outlet. That was the last. No, I take that. It was the mixtape.
State of R&B
State of
mixtape?
R&B mixtape.
Okay, and that was what, 14 or 13?
I think it was 14.
Yeah, 14.
14.
Because outlet was 13.
Yep.
Yeah, sure was.
It was I take that back. It was 13.
Both of them?
It was 13 when State of R&B came out.
Okay.
Because I just had my last daughter.
You know what? You sure right.
Yeah, because the day we was releasing and talking about it, because we was at the radio, that little radio station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what I really focus on right now is songwriting, ghostwriting and stuff like that. That's where the money at. You make money as an artist, but for as the residuals and just the percentages, man, a lot checks out better as a songwriter.
Yeah, them publishing checks, man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I was looking at Neo. He made was it Neo or The Dream that wrote Umbrella? I think it was The Dream that wrote Umbrella for Rihanna. I could be wrong. I don't want to be wrong.
I think
you
so.
Want to fact check that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
But that song made like 30 million.
Whew.
One song, bro.
Ooh, I can use 30 million.
Bro, yeah, and
30 million.
It was another song that somebody wrote for Alicia Keys that no one. That song made like about the same or a little bit more.
Jeez.
One song, bruh. So that's why when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me get on my songwriting tip, But
actually, from what I see on here, it says, oh yeah, The Dream.
Oh, The Dream.
The Dream
Umbrella.
Yep.
Okay. But for us,
30 million?
I know, bro. One song.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to start writing more.
Yeah. So, because there's so many bonuses that come from being at number one for so many weeks in a row, and then you get percentages off of course, how many times the song is played. You get percentages on so much of the back end.
And it depends on what how that split sheet too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure at the time, The Dream probably had his own publishing company. So
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But for as me as a songwriter and an artist, a lot of people get upset with me not releasing music because a lot of people don't understand what it takes to put out a song. If you don't have a following, if you don't have a buzz in this generation, it's kind of like losing your phone in the ocean. And thinking you're going to come back and find that hole a year later.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like it's so much BS out there.
Yeah.
And people have to sift through the BS. They're not going to be like, you know what? I know he dope, but I'm just tired of looking.
Yeah. So, being a songwriter, like, let me back up. Number one reason why I don't put out music is because I'm in the process of, some major artists that me and Eric we working with. I don't want to release any, because it's good for me to have a hit record. But if I have a hit record that I put out without a following, without a buzz, without any radio, being familiar with me, it's gonna be a hit song that you can't use again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I just really been mindful about, putting out an EP or dropping a record, because I'm like, dang, I could come across this artist. Because I have certain songs in my archives that I'm like, man, I want to put this out, but if I could get a hold of a Bieber or a Chris Breezy or a Tank, or, you know what I'm saying? I have songs in particular that I think would sound good for certain people, So, but if I use it, it's kind of like I mess up my bread.
Yeah, it's kind of
get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because sometimes people be like, just like even beats I do, I'll be having it for certain artists.
Yeah.
I can easily get it to a underground or a no-name rapper, but it's like, is it gonna get that much trade?
It'll be bigger with a Ross rapping on it or a 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, one thing I realized about music, everybody started at the bottom first.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody jump out the gate just running it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's pretty. It's cool for me to get in the studio and play around and always come up with new music.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that he's not released new music. So don't look at me and say, hey, what is he doing? No, it's not my fault.
Yeah. And another thing, I'm glad you said that, bro. Another reason why I haven't put out music is because I see where it's going, for us the clout chasing. It's not about talent anymore.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, when you look at the Kodak Blacks and Tekashi 6ix9ines, and you even see people like Tory Lanez. I mean, he's talented, but look at the antics that he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? And the beef startups just for media coverage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, am I willing to do all of that nonsense just to get a buzz,
But I think that's not you though. Like, I think you shouldn't focus on them, because your lane in music. Even when we first started doing music, even when we first started doing music, we was doing like real R&B records.
Yeah.
Like, we wasn't doing those kind of records though. But like, I mean, like, you got to look back. What made you be excited about music? Like, what made you say, I know I can do this?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel you.
Like, what times, like, what time in your life would say, you know what, I could do music?
The time in my life where, especially when I came out of college, and I had a lot of time on my hands. I was in a lot of terrible ass relationships, which created some of the most amazing concepts for songs. You know what I'm saying?
That was it. Terrible.
Crazy ex-girlfriends. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna see this.
I don't care.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You married, man. It don't matter.
But I think when I came out of college and I was working, just part-time jobs and stuff like that, just trying to come up. That's what my real focus was. You know how it was. I was doing live shows. I was doing like a show every week, every other couple weeks, anywhere I could do it. Do live shows. And that's another thing for us being a live performer. I was getting kind of frustrated with a lot of promoters. I mean, because the thing is, as a singer, it's good to perform a lot of industry songs. You know what I'm saying? But when you I look at it like this: when you put yourself as an artist, as an R&B artist, when you put yourself out there as a singer and you doing live shows, you got to be careful, because when you're not, and when you get people in the comfort zone of you singing constantly radio music, music that they're familiar with,
that's known
good.
For.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You get known for it. So by the time you put out an album or project that you want people to support your music, they're gonna be so familiar with you doing the live music, and they're just gonna put you in that space.
But you know what? The live music ain't that bad though, because I know is one guy I know. He has a band, and that's what he does. He performs other people's music, but this dude be making like $3,000-$4,000 a show.
That's dope. Yeah,
and he could.
That's a real living right there.
Yeah, he could pull it, but he works an actual day job though. That's the crazy thing about it.
So he can do like 2 or 3 shows a month.
Man, he told me one time he went and performed in the Valley, and he made like for that weekend like $30,000 for the weekend performing for some cartels.
Wow.
But see, I mean, the thing is though, it plateaus you at this is all I can do. You'd never be able to put out your original music because the money's good, you get comfortable,
and you get content.
But then you like, okay, ain't nobody checking on my music. I'm gonna just sing somebody else's music.
Yeah.
But you know what? I knew the first time I knew that you was gonna be a singer artist is back in high school when I used to see you do them stinking Valentine singergram.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, if you had a girlfriend at the time, don't let this nigga come sing for your girl. Like I wouldn't.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
You whack, bro.
No, I'm kidding.
You whack. I was like, this dude here. Every girl wanted Jason to come sing for their singergram on Valentine's Day. But if you really thought about it, it was prepping. You should have. I don't know if you took it serious because I remember sometimes you would be like upset, like, hey, why am I singing? Like I don't feel like singing. But
because I would be getting pulled out of class. You got to sing a gram request. I would have to leave my class, go to this class on the other side of school, just to sing Tyrese.
But did you ever think about this though? It was preparing you though for what you was really wanted to do later on in life. Because you know, at that time we wanted to play football.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing. But sometimes, you know, God has a way of having you do things, but you never pay attention to it. But I mean, if you look at it, that was your time to perform. And it was prepping you
back at it,
to croon women.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I say you gotta.
That's what I was doing.
That's what you was doing.
Saying like,
nigga feeling himself, dog. Your head can't get no bigger, bro.
Watch out, dog. Boy, trying to chop
man. But no, I'm just saying, like, that's what I knew at the time. I was like, man, that's what he should be doing. Like, it was times, I know it sounds kind of weird, but this nigga would be singing in the locker room and people asking him to hit that note or sing this. Now, we're high school football players asking him to sing an R&B song in the locker room.
On game day, I'll be like, dog, we got a game.
Come on now. But I'm saying, that should have told you something then, though.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It definitely prepared me, you know what I'm saying? And I look at it, I get frustrated sometimes. Well, I used to get frustrated because I'm like, dang, man, like, why couldn't the industry, the R&B, the direction of R&B stay the same? You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was coming up, like in the 90s and the early 2000s, the whole direction, you know, shifted for R&B. Like, the radio.
Well, rap changed that, though.
Yeah.
You gotta.
As soon as trap music came out, that took the place of R&B.
No, what changed it, to be honest with you, I would say, Soulja Boy changed that though.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good.
If you think about it, he changed. He made it good. Or for as a YouTube though, he was the one that made it like it is today for his music and artists putting up music on YouTube.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You changed this whole conversation just by bringing up Soulja Boy. But you brought up a really interesting facts on that, because when Soulja Boy came out, he single-handedly shifted music. It was good, but it was bad. It had a lot of pros and a lot of cons.
Yeah.
The pros, the cons, the bads on that is everybody will shoot. If this nigga can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And that a lot of people that should have stayed in their place of being a fan of music and a fan of certain artists, they were like, F this, I'm gonna go rap. And it's like they don't have a rapping bone, a musical bone in their body. Because how many Crank That's they did? Crank That Batman, Crank That Superman, Crank every Marvel, DC character.
I'm thinking about somebody that we know that raps. That's from Pawnee Point, but I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
Don't do it, dog.
I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
You really want that?
That boy is deep, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone, dog. It's an inside joke on camera, but
it is, dog.
But no, like Soulja Boy, he changed it though. He changed the way music was being distributed and listened to.
Yeah.
And he made it popular, but at the same time, that's one thing we gotta forget, man. Soulja Boy created it to where he made people evolve,
and he gave untalented niggas hope that saturated the game for hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
Because then when Soulja Boy blew up, he influenced a lot of rappers, a lot of people that should have stayed in their place of being fans. I'm a rap now, and then he also influenced a lot of people that couldn't sing. Hey man, just throw some auto-tune on that. You know what I'm saying? So it messed up the game for his rapping and singing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I think it took.
But I'm not gonna blame it all on Soulja Boy though.
Yeah, it's not his fault. But I think that time it took, like, cause you do R&B music and you're a true R&B cat. Like, it took away from the whole musicianship. Talking about real love, talking about really rapping to a woman. Now is this everything is microwaved. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to that. But I mean, it's your opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm gonna just speak for me. Like, when I started doing music, like, I got into music because it was a passion, but it was more so something I saw. You know what I'm saying? I seen my older cousin doing music, and I was like, man. I just go over there. He be playing music. He be playing beats.
Yeah, do he still do his thing though?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. You know somebody.
K, and King Mason. You know what I'm saying? So,
they had like a neo soul type rap.
Yeah, but that's what I learned from. Like, I'm gonna give credit to him because I saw it. You know what I'm saying? It was man, I would see him do beats. I would see him do just music. It was like he was using like all like the hardware though. He was more on the. When I saw him doing music, just when I saw him, he was on the ASR 10. That just, I mean, if y'all know what an ASR 10 is, it's probably one of the highly coveted sample machines that most producers back in the early 90s.
That, bro, when I went over there for the first time, he had a whole bunch of boards.
Yeah, you know. And I mean, he using the modern stuff now. But the thing is, when I was going to get advice from him and just getting the music and just learning how to do music, it was more like I came up on the age of electronic music, electronic beats like FL Studio, Cubase, Reason, The Window, and I that was my thing, but I was like, I don't know how to use hardware. And I figured out how to bridge the gap, and I just started utilizing it and making it work for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like, in your case, you just gotta learn how to make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? So going back to like music, like if you had to say what R&B artist inspired you to just even like say, I'm gonna sing because I heard this?
Yeah. Man, my inspiration on R&B, bro, you know, it was a couple of solo artists, but we grew up in that era where we had groups. I mean, we had Jagged Edge, Boys the Men,
Jodeci,
Drew Hill, Jodeci, you know what I'm saying? Just so many groups, bro. Like, but you know, my love for R&B, it hasn't went away. It's just it's in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? And when I do put out music, I want to be able to put it out the way I want to put it out. I want to be able to package it the way I want it to be packaged. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember sitting in a and I told you about this, but I'm gonna share this with y'all, man. I remember sitting in a meeting with management, and this happened like several different occasions. They would look at me like, "Hey, man, you know, we like the music, we like the direction of the R&B, but well, what we want to do is we want to market you as a, basically they would want to market me as a super over sexualized sex symbol, as a single man, and I get that, and that's definitely understandable as R&B.
Was it at the time before you got married or after marriage?
Like, this was, when I got married.
Oh, when you got
a little
married.
bit after,
Okay.
So and then my daughter, my oldest daughter, I was thinking about it while I was in the meeting. Like, she's 8, 9 years old, I think, and I'm like, man, this girl's brilliant. She's smart, like straight A student. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how would she feel if she saw me come home to you know, loving the family, loving her mom, you know what I'm saying? But she see me on these music videos with all these different women, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I had to think about that for as my direction of music. And I told these, you know, these people in the meeting, I'm like, you know, you got Chris Brown, you got Omarion, you got all these active R&B singers that's putting out the same image, you know what I'm saying, essentially. The single man image. So why can't I be an image that stands out? Because as an R&B singer, you do want to portray settling down. Yeah. You want to portray loving that one woman. You want to portray having that family. And I'm really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, why can't we give this package to them to really show, you know, men. There are such thing as men that can be faithful to a woman, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, put out dope ass music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but you gotta understand the women these days are different too.
You're right. Yeah.
But like,
and they could handle that type of stuff back in the day. Yeah. From artists. Yeah. But now, because they want to have that idea, this guy's single, he's available for me. And you know what I'm saying? They want to be able to fantasize, and I get that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it for as my sanity, you know? Like, it's good to make money on the road. It's good for opening up for major artists. But if I'm coming home and my household is hell, see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be miserable. There's so many demons that I'm gonna have to face and deal with that a lot of people not gonna know.
Yeah, because I mean there is a lot of the music industry can be a gift and a curse. Yeah,
it's just kind of, we see it now. Yeah, more so being a curse. Yeah. I mean, the big gift is the fame, the money, but we seeing so every week it's an artist that's doing something, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. We see the depression and stuff like that a lot of artists are dealing with. Actors, actresses, you know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that, bro. So I'm like, man, I don't want to sell myself short just to be something that I'm not. Yeah. Portray something that I'm not. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, but hey, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be back with more Beats in Politics, but we're going to follow up with some of them other questions because there was something else I wanted to ask you, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Okay. All right, but y'all, we back. More Beats in Politics, brother. So what else? What we got, man?
Man, so I have some questions that I want to ask you about the production side of the game, man. Like, what's overall? I know you talked about you know, your cousins and what got you started, but what keeps you motivated, bro, as a producer?
Man, that's a good question, man. I think the biggest thing that keeps me motivated, because there's been several times where I wanted to quit and be like, to hell with all this. I'm about to sell all this equipment. Yeah. And I'm done. I'm going to just live a regular life. Yeah. I'm not going to do this anymore. But I think the passion, the first time when I just really fell in love with music always reminds me that you can't go away from this. And I find myself at times be like, I ain't about to do nothing, but like I get on the computer and I just be going through sounds, and before I know it,
or you'll see a commercial.
Yeah, before you know it,
that sound that'll stick out.
Man, I'm 3:30 in the morning doing a beat, knowing I got to get up early in the morning. Man. So I think that's why that right there. I remember what day was it? I never forget. This one I knew I had a passion for music, and it didn't go away. I was living on the east side. Yeah. And, I was staying in an apartment with my wife and my 2 kids at the time, and somebody broke in and stole all my equipment. At that point in life, I was like,
I remember that, bro. Dang.
I was like, you know what? Maybe this not meant for me to do this no more. Like maybe it's meant for me to stop doing music. Like this is not for me. I need to just have a regular life. Do a regular 9-to-5 job. And
I remember that, man, because we had a whole bunch of stuff that...
A lot of music, man. And hey, and if one of you niggas out there got my stuff, I hope it broke on y'all.
For real. That was a lot of stuff.
Man, like I hope y'all had fun with it. Yeah. Man, I'm still kind of upset about that because I had a lot of beats on there, man. Yeah. Sessions and everything that I've been looking for. But no, I think once after that happened, and I was like, man, what do I do? And I remember my wife telling me, she was like, if it's meant to be, you're gonna get it all back.
That's true.
And somebody donated. Actually, a homie of mine named Terry Dotson bought me another computer, bro, to get started.
Oh, him not
Yeah.
Hey, that dude, yeah, he cold.
Shout out to you, Terry, bro, because you really, I guess you was the vessel God used to let me start doing music again. Yeah. I never forget, my stuff got stolen, and he was like, bro, I'll buy you another computer. I'll help you get it. Right there, help you. And then because before that, I was like, man, God, if it's meant for me to continue to keep doing music, you know, give me a sign or show me, like, okay, to help me.
That's a sign right there.
He bought me another computer. I'll never forget. He bought me it was because I had no equipment. I was on PC at the time. I had no equipment, and the only thing I had was a hard drive. Yeah, one hard drive.
I know one thing, bro. If I was him, I probably would have been like, I'll buy you a computer, but you gonna record my whole project.
But it was kind of like that. But he still paid. You know what? Think about it. When I got back on my feet doing music. Yeah, he still paid me, and that was just out of love. You know what I'm saying? But it was actually a Mac. A Mac desktop, like a tower.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that got me reignited, got me started back doing music, and they just kind of jump started me back. And then I remember you had gave me some old beats back, and then you had some like stuff on your hard drive. And at that moment, I knew, I was like, I got to get back to doing this but it made me revamp. It made me go back to the basic and revamp my whole sound. That made me transition to Logic, because I was using FL Studio at the time. And all my stuff was on there, all my settings, everything. But it's almost like I had to start over from scratch. But I knew when I started over from scratch, I just said, I'm going to just build a whole new catalog. I was like, because
a hell of a catalog right now.
Because at first I was like, man, I was like, all my stuff is on there. I can't do it. I can't do it like I did before. And I remember my wife was telling me, and she had to remind me. She's like, you got it because it's in there. It's in there. You know how to do it. Yeah. And I just started making beats all over again, and that's when everything started shifting, and we moved into the other spot. Yeah. And then that's when I think we started doing. We wound up releasing the meal ticket.
Oh, okay.
Right after that.
Yeah. Man, I don't think people realize, for us being talented and having a skill set. I mean, not only being talented, but having a vision. Well, I'm gonna just stick to.
No, you're right. Vision is the most important thing.
That's like torture. You know what I'm saying? Because when something don't go right and something just really drastically disappoints you, a lot of people will say, well, they'll have their effort moment. Like, man, F this.
Man, I had it many times.
But it's like when something is in you, when a passion, when a vision, and especially when you have the talent, when it's in you, you can't hide from it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You'll lay down and you'll look at something on TV, or something will remind you about music, or somebody will say something to you, like especially me as a songwriter, as singer-songwriter. Somebody will say something to me, and I'll be like, "Dang, say that again," and I'll write it down.
Exactly.
And that half of a sentence will turn into a concept of the song. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for you. You probably watch a commercial, and like, dang, let me run to this keyboard, or let me hurry up and put these key chords down before I forget it. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be insane when you have a passion. And I know I may sound crazy when I say this, but when you have a passion, you have to be insane, because it takes for you to be insane. Yeah. Because you have to convince everybody around you. Because imagine being talented and you know the power that you have within yourself. Yeah. Imagine having to, like, you want everybody around you to know how talented and how skillful you are. You want to convince the world around you that you're talented. You know what I'm saying? And that you're being slept on.
That's the hardest thing.
Ain't that crazy?
Man.
So it's like, in a way, whether like having a vision or being talented, you have to be insane to really persevere through all the nonsense out here.
But a lot of times too, and I'm glad you said that about being slept on, you have to convince yourself too.
That's true.
Because the biggest critic or the biggest hater is yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's been many times I've been so afraid to give people certain beats or play beats for people. Like, I remember when I first started doing beats, I was so afraid to play music for people because I was like, man, they gonna be like, this is whack. And I thought it was whack. I was like, man, this is trash. I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then like my cousin, I knew Kevin, I knew my beats were whack, and you just told them they was out. You told me they was all right, and I knew they was whack, but you helped me get through it. But at the same time, man, I was like. That helped me to keep going though, and I just said I'm gonna make sure I'm getting better and getting better. And so and like I still kind of feel like that. Sometimes I be nervous to play beats for artists and stuff, but then when I see that reaction, they be like, or they give me that ugly face, I'm like, I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
So when you really look at it, and like you have to be partially insane, and if you're not insane about something that you really care about or a talent that you know you have, that you get frustrated from time to time, it's either you have to be insane to achieve a goal, or you just don't believe in yourself.
And one thing I gotta say, you got
two things.
I'm gonna add to that because I agree with that wholeheartedly. But you got to be willing to bet on yourself and put all the chips on yourself too. Because if you don't, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will.
That's true.
Like if you gotta have that like some people I admire the confidence and the drive they doing, even though they may think they whack, or they may be like, I know it ain't the best, but I got all the confidence in the world. But I think you gotta have that. You gotta be willing to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? To get to that next step, to get to that place where you are successful and you at the pinnacle of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
So, but another thing, man, for is I know this is a weird question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What's your favorite music to produce? Because when you be letting me hear beats, like you be like, hey bro, check this beat out. Like sometimes it'll be a rap, a trap, R&B.
I think my favorite music to produce is more so like the R&B music. That's my favorite to produce. Reason why? Because I feel like with R&B music, you trying to create a masterpiece. You trying to shape everything to get the chords right. Cause I'm a chord guy. I like chords. I like melodic stuff. I like to feel the music. I like my music to have a lot of feeling. Like rap can give me that. Some music can give me that, but rap is easy for me to do. But I don't like doing it all the time. But I like to produce R&B music more so, or just say, if I want to get more technical or more in depth, I would say more melodic music. Okay. More airy, more plush music where you gotta sing. It just gotta feel good.
Yeah, you'll get more emotions out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Emotions, man. That's what I love that. Like when I hear music, I'm the type of person in the first 5 seconds or 10 seconds, I'm gonna tell you if I like it or not. Yeah. It gotta touch me a certain way. Like it gotta just, if it don't touch me, like it don't really just
like me as a singer, all it takes for me to hear somebody, the first couple words out of their mouth, I can know whether they can sing or not. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe that's why I be so, I guess, sometimes I be kind of nervous about playing beats because I know what music touched me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play me something, I'm going to tell you if it's dope or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion, whether you like it or not, because I feel like the honesty is going to help you get better anyway.
Man, why didn't you tell me my legs was flashing? Man,
they can't see it. Man. Ain't nobody told you come out here like that.
Man, look at me, bro. I can't be walking around here like this. But I'm still sexy, though. I know that was random. Oh, another thing about
this nigga sounds
another thing sexy. About Forrest producer. So I'm gonna assume that your favorite type of artist that you work with is R&B artist, or
no, I work with some.
Or it just depends on the artist.
I think it just depends on. I think because I work with some rappers and it was just great chemistry. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just great vibes. But I think it just got to be that connection with the artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of, I know a lot of days now we work in a time where we send beats through emails. We never work with get in the studio with the artists. Artists, they shoot I've had music I produced to where I didn't hear it and know that it was already out on iTunes and be like, dang, I don't even remember talking to this artist. Like, now that's a whole nother conversation about music and doing split sheets and paperwork. Well, I mean, we have to do a whole nother episode for that.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, bro.
Because I've experienced that many times, but we'll talk about that. But it's just that I've
been featured on songs where I would see it on iTunes and I didn't see a damn dollar. I got a bone to pick with some of y'all niggas out there, man.
I bet you ain't gonna say no names though.
I'm kind of, cool with them now, but I still ain't. You know what?
Hey, look, look, hey, brother.
The song was pretty big too. It was on. It played on a lot of different popular podcasts, blogs.
It was a rapper?
Yeah.
Dang. I don't know.
You a bold,
oh.
Kind of quintessential. I want you to see this, dog.
Yeah, brother.
And you know what makes it effed up, really? The nigga's a lawyer.
Hey. Wow. Hey, we messing. He calling y'all, but no, that's our boy though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He could. Hey,
yeah.
He was a dope rapper too, but now he making that big upper echelon money. So I can't hate him on that. But hey, what blog sites that was on?
Huh? Man, I was looking at, because I was actually looking up that song, just like,
I was listening to that the other day too. I was like, man, that was a dope song.
It was, bro. But it was, man, a lot of women would love that song. But it got a lot of hits on, I think his wife, on her.
Yeah.
She has that YouTube channel. She got a lot of subscribers. But on that video in particular, has like over hundreds of thousands of views. And then and I'm looking at the comments, and I'm seeing where other people took that song off, and they got it playing on their pages and stuff, like 20,000 views, 30, 50,000. I'm like, all them views adds up.
But see, that's a different. See, that YouTube is a different ball game. That's why I got into it. But
and then when he realized how popular it was, he put it on iTunes. And he started getting paid off of it.
Hey, see, that's why you gotta do your paperwork, bro.
I know, man.
But nah, shout out to that boy Ken, dog.
Yeah. Shout out to that boy, man.
Yeah. So, but man, dude, this one thing I think most artists, producers should do when they get into the music industry. You gotta have a plan of action. You know what I'm saying? Have that paperwork together.
Yeah.
I recommend, this is just kind of going off topic, everybody should have their own publishing company. And what I mean is by publishing, because that's where people get paid. Like, you could be the most green to music. Make sure you have a publishing company of your own, because when they split them checks down the middle, you want to have your own. You want to
be out here getting bird.
I mean, you can get the writer's credit. That's cool, but having a publishing company, that's different, because the publishing company gonna get paid first anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just a little nigga for y'all, man.
You can't. No matter how cool you are with the artist or the producer, business has to be tight. You know what I'm saying? And that has to be understood first. You know what I'm saying?
So I was like, a lot of people don't know that you did sing background with H-Town on the show on the road one time.
Yeah.
Like, how was that experience like? Because to be honest with you, if I was single on the road, single with H-Town, I'd probably be doing a whole bunch of bad things.
Know, dog.
But
man,
I'm glad I don't do that, and I'm glad I am married.
Yeah,
but
bro, it was
how was it
blessing. Though? It was definitely a blessing, man. I got biggest thing is I like to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I just learned a lot about the atmosphere. I learned a lot about people. Seeing tendencies of shadiness. You know what I'm saying? All types of things. Especially when we got there on the like 5 minutes before we about to hit the stage, bro. Last minute, something happened with the promoter. Was like, yeah, man, we don't have all the money yet. And I'm talking about their manager told us to come off stage and was like, ain't nobody performing, ain't nothing coming out none of their mouths until we get paid everything.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't tell you that.
Wow.
Man, we went up there. We was doing a sound check and everything, getting ready to start the show. You know what I'm saying? Women just going crazy. And he was like, huh.
Hold on. Before you say that, he was actually performing with the legendary R&B group H-Town. Yeah. So Knocking the Boots. What was
Like It Slow.
Like It Slow. Those hits like that.
If you don't mind. Part-time Lover.
Part-time Lover. Yeah. So
it's a thin line.
Yeah, Thin Line. So we work with them like really heavy right now. So that's why I was saying like what about the experiences about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like going on the road, performing, doing live shows.
Yeah. And you know what, bro? It really surprised me, but it didn't surprise me because a lot of these artists that we grew up on, a lot of these legendary groups we grew up on, they haven't fell off. Yeah. Drew Hill have not fell off. Jagged Edge have not fell off. Boyz II Men have not fell off. A whole bunch of 112 have not fell off. They was just talking about when I was, hanging out with them. We was in the dressing room, just they was shooting us stories and stuff. Casey and JoJo have not fell off. A lot of these artists that we don't hear from, they are on the road.
Yeah, I feel like
they're going to different countries. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they still eat, man. Them 90s R&B artists, man, they still can sing too.
Yeah, that's one thing. As a singer, your voice never go away. I mean, of course you age, but when you have that, those, especially when you got those hits from the 90s and the early 2000s, and you have those women that's locked in on those songs, that that love those songs, that's on their playlist and everything. No matter, bro, like all those groups I just named, I guarantee you they're on the show. I mean, they're on the road right now doing shows. Yeah. They may not be on MTV, BT, and just out there like that on the radio, but they are literally, I guarantee you, they are on some kind of tour.
But you know what? I think the thing,
genuine,
I think the thing with music too is no more diehard fans. Because I was just, when you was talking, I went to TLC concert, I think about maybe a year ago. Year or two.
I forgot to mention TLC.
Man, I went to the concert. Me and my wife went. We was down at front. Man, they had this dude literally had the same concert T-shirt from when they had the tour when they was singing like Waterfalls and all that.
Crazy, Sexy, Cool.
Man, them people was going crazy for TLC. But we don't have crazy fans like that now. We don't have those super fans no more.
Yeah, because there's so many distractions. The antics.
What
takes away focus on music now.
The super fans getting just as much pub as the artists.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing that's killing music, bro. All the distractions, the antics, the crazy things, the offensive things people say on Twitter or Instagram. Did you see what such and such? Did you see this celebrity couple that's beefing now? Instead of focusing on the music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm so glad you said TLC because when you talk about female R&B groups, I mean, In Vogue, like you said, TLC, Total, Escape, what's that other group? Yo-Yo and
Oh, you talking about Yo-Yo was a rapper, but
no, Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Salt and Pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, y'all think they fell off, but they haven't. They are literally
they still got
shows,
it, bro.
Breaking the bank. I'm talking about doing shows 100K. You know what I'm saying? Imagine doing 2 shows a month for 100K a piece.
But that's how most artists eat, though. This is like kind of like what J. Cole said. This is where we really make the money at. Yeah. On doing them shows on the road, making sure you getting that bread. Because if you ain't doing those shows, how you eating?
Yeah. It's so many. It's so like for streaming, so much money goes through people's hands. So many residuals get broken down. Yep. So many people getting paid off of the back of the artist. That imagine you being an artist, bro, and you got a hit record out, and the money gets to you last. Yep. It goes through all of these people's hands first, and then you get the small percentage.
I'm glad you said that.
You paying so many salaries of people that you don't even know. And, and that's another thing H-Town was telling me about. It's so many salaries that they were paying, bro, of people that they didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
you know what? We're gonna take another quick break, but we're gonna talk about how that works, because I'm gonna just give you a situation, you know, so people can know how that works. Like, just because you do a record don't mean you're getting all this money right away. But we're gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna explain something right quick.
Okay.
All right, y'all, we back with more Beats and Politics, but I was gonna talk about royalty checks and just the whole process, because a lot of people think, like most producers, I know, I'm gonna speak as a producer standpoint.
Yeah.
You go out there, you produce a hit record, you ain't getting paid right away.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, like
just sitting there waiting on that check, like needing it too.
So I did kind of like co-produce, not kind of, but I did. It was a co-production on the song. I got producer credits on it.
Okay.
So the song actually got released maybe like 2 months after we did it, right?
Okay.
But then the song wound up going on TV for a show.
Yeah.
So we got paid. Well, I got paid off that TV show. I didn't see a check for that TV show really until almost 6 months.
Dang.
And so every time they run it, you get paid. So I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna see some thousands.
Yeah.
Not. Man, after they went through so many hands, it gets bust down to a couple of hundred. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't tripping on it, but I'm getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But that's a part of not owning your publishing. At the time when I did it, I didn't have my publishing company established yet. Like I didn't have it under.
So your stuff got to go through there.
Yeah, I only got the writer's credit. So another producer that produced on the record and the artist, they had their own publishing company. Okay. But I didn't have it at the time. So if I'd have had my own publishing, I would have saw more off the top than my writer's credit. You know what I'm saying? All I got was really writer's credit. So that's why I say it's important to have publishing, because publishing, you can do a more higher split on it. So say if you got more say so. Yeah, especially if you did the record. I mean, even though I helped produce it or helped on the record, I didn't receive them because I didn't have my own publishing. Now if I had a higher publishing, we could have broke it down 33 and a third, and I would have saw more off top.
And see,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm glad you talk about publishing, because what that is, it gets real tricky. Because a lot of people play you when you don't have your own publishing. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is they'll play you off of your passion, because you want people to hear your music, right? You want people to know about it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have your publishing company now. It's too late. So you got to go under my umbrella. You know what I'm saying?
But that's if you think about it.
You don't want to step outside and get wet. So I got my umbrella. If you don't get under my umbrella, you're going to get wet. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how
you're going to get wet, all right. You're going to get screwed big time. No Vaseline. But but if you look at the stories of like you watch the what's the group doggone New Edition story. That's what happened to them. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think the thing is, man, people need to educate. Before you get into the music industry, you need to educate yourself on music, the music industry,
by the time
music business.
Got a check, it was like they got like a couple dollars on their check or something like that. I was like, man.
Yeah, and they did all the work. Yeah. They was the workhorse and didn't get nothing, didn't get fed anything.
Yeah. But you know what though? Man, Day 26, they're like a very underrated R&B group to me.
Yeah, them boys was talented.
And if you watch that show, a lot of people was looking at Q like, man, you tripping. Like, why is this dude tripping? And people was painting him as the villain. But what was going on behind the scenes, because I know somebody that was working on the set, a couple of people actually. What was going on is the reason why Q was tripping, a lot of viewers was like, damn, why this dude tripping? You on the road, you doing shows, you got fame, you got this.
Money.
They weren't getting paid.
Nope.
So they had, imagine having a #1 album in the country and you ain't seeing no checks yet. And you got a family depending on you. You know what I'm saying? You got a kid or something, a baby mama bugging you, and you got child support. Like, okay, we got all this to show for. It's exciting to go to a photo shoot to a Vibe magazine and just post up. But
you broke.
When you broke.
Yeah, but
and that's what he was tripping. Like that's why he's like, man, why y'all niggas happy? Why y'all niggas settle? We not winning. We not getting paid yet.
The best thing an artist told me a long time ago, he was like, the best thing you could do in music these days is be independent.
Yeah.
But this is the kicker of being independent. You gotta have that capital to help promote yourself. That's why most people run to a label, because they don't have that bag to promote themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a radio team. They don't have a marketer. I mean, nowadays you really don't need it. You could do it with YouTube by growing your fan base through that way. But I mean, it's still, you gotta promote the records. You gotta have that. You gotta have that bag to promote yourself on YouTube.
You gotta go to the clubs.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to the DJs. You gotta shake hands and do all this other stuff that you're not excited to do.
Yeah.
You know.
What was your like first taste of, I would say, success in the music industry where you was like, dang, this is actually pretty cool. Like I'm excited about doing music. Like what was that time for you?
I think when I was in college, there was a couple of instances when I was at TSU, my freshman year, and I won. And there was a lot of talented acts up there, and I was, I love music because of course I'd done it all my life, through elementary, middle school, the choirs. But TSU, bro, that's a Texas Southern, especially when you go to HBCU. Those are crowds that don't play. They don't give you time for nothing. If you get up there and if you look a certain way, boo, tomato, get off the stage.
Oh, them niggas, they ain't throwing no tomatoes.
Yeah, and they ain't throwing no tomatoes, nigga. But when I made it through that crowd and I won, you know what I'm saying? What did I sing?
What you wound up doing though?
I sung.
What, was it like a talent show or what? What was it?
It was Apollo night. Yeah. It was homecoming. The week of homecoming too, bro.
Was that time when they had the BET experience and all that stuff?
Man, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, BET came to the school.
Yeah, because I knew it used to come out there a lot.
And I won Apollo night my freshman year. And then I won my sophomore year. Like it was like a BET challenge when, and this one, BET wasn't on no bull. You know what I'm saying? They was going to different colleges.
Oh, yeah.
Was it College Week or something? But it was I don't think Free and AJ was.
They used to do the was it like
college tour?
It was like a spring. It was during the springtime though, right?
Yeah. Springtime. Yeah. And they came to TSU.
Spring Fling or Spring Bling, whatever.
That's what it was, Spring Bling. And they came to our college, and I I can't remember what I sung, but I killed it. And a lot of people saw the advertisements, they saw the commercial, and a lot of people was like, "Dang, bro, that was you killed it." You know what I'm saying? And when I saw that, when I won Apollo night, through that super tough crowd, because people was just getting booed. The first, I'm like, damn, this nigga ain't say nothing yet.
Nigga step on and say boo.
Yeah, and then we had a host.
Get off.
We had a host where we had to actually, it was just like Apollo. We had to get up there, rub the little thing, you know what I'm saying, and then talk to the host. So what you gonna sing? It was this one dude that rubbed the thing, was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna sing, boo, get off the stage, tomato. And like, dang, the nigga can't even sing. So, but yeah, man, that's when I knew. And when I finally, when we, linked up with H-Town and, saw that we were gonna work with them, that's when I really knew, like, man, okay, God got something for me.
So that was like I guess your defining moment that you could do this in this industry and actually do it. Yeah. I think, you know what the biggest thing for me was? It was later on as I got into just producing. Mm-hmm. I know what it was. I was doing music. I was not fresh, but I would say I was still, I found my niche and my lane in music.
Yeah.
And it was at a studio, dude I know named B. He had a studio and it was downtown. He had I guess his homeboy was Big Mike.
Yeah.
Big Mike came through there and he was just chopping it up with him. That was his boy, whatnot. And I just started playing some beats. Mm-hmm. And shoot, man, he was like jamming to him, like vibing to him. I was like, dawg, this Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? This is Big Mike from Rap A Lot type. I was like, and for him to be like engaging in my beats. And you know, I'm always conscious about playing my music, and he was just like, he's like, man, that's dope. Like, how can I get there? Like, he wanted to put it on CD and, you know, take it home. I was like, and I knew at that point that was like the feeling like, man, I can really do this. Like Big Mike like my beats, you know what I'm saying? And another time was I was in the studio with one of my teachers at the time when I was in school named Feel Good. And he invited me to a studio. At the time, it was 7303, now Takeover Studios.
Okay, yeah. I remember you used to work out of there.
Well, I worked over there with him, so, but just that one night, and BG was there recording, and Manny Fresh was there, and like I was just on the session, kind of just assisting, you know, just trying to get my feet wet, just be in the industry, and like it was a break time, and they was playing beats. And I was just sitting there. I was like, I ain't want to ask about doing nothing. And Phil was like, man, why don't you know, play some beats? I started playing beats or whatnot. And I just, we was just in there just playing beats. And then I seen BG come in there. He was just kind of like jamming to it. Then he started kind of like rapping to it a little bit. I was like, oh, snap. He actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, I was like, okay, I can actually do this. But he cut it short because they had to finish the session, but you could have let my beats keep playing, Phil. I could have got on something, but I know it was.
You got a lot of bones to pick.
It was a session, but it was just that moment. I knew it, like, okay, if he's liking my beats and knowing that I know I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, BG, I grew up on Bling Bling, and you know he's starting to kind of rap to it, and like, you know, he like it, but you know they was in the middle of a session, but it wasn't big, but it was just simple fact that okay, he feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be my thing. I want people just to feel and just know that I did this, and like, and they like it. But that was like my moment in time. I was like, man, I know I can really do this. Like, if I can get these people to bob their heads and like it, and then also another moment, I totally forgot about this. Back in the day, there was a website. It was called Placements, and it was a dude out of New York had the site, and basically you could submit music, you can submit beats, and then basically what they was like they was like a middleman to all the labels like Sony, like at the time when G Unit was hot, Diplomats. Basically, I remember you telling me. You go submit beats, and basically they first you go just like a round you go through to see if you even dope a lot. So I submit maybe a few beats, like 2 or 3 beats, right? And they were like, man, the dude responded, emailed back. I was like, oh, this fake, but it was a real email. He was like, yo, this dope. I think you should do this, to submit. So, but what they did when they wanted to submit to label, you paid a small fee. I think it was like $20 or so, right? At that time, I didn't know. Like, I mean, you can easily get to people and get them your music without paying a fee, but I was still kind of green to the industry, so I paid the little fee, but I guess when I sent him the other next, I think it was like 10 beats I sent him. He emailed me back so fast. He was like, yo, these beats are super dope, super fire. I'm about to send them over to the labels that he was going to send them to. And he never told me what labels it was. I was like, look, I'm just trying to get my opportunity, get out there, right? So I submit the beats. And he emailed me back 3 days later, and he sent me a spreadsheet of all the labels that liked it. And the labels that he sent him to was a Sony, Universal, the Diplomats, G Unit was pretty much independent labels, and I forget the other label he sent him to. And basically they had all the list of your beats. I had all 10 listed, and basically the labels will rate them and say, we want this one, we like that one. Out of all the beats that I submitted, man, like I was getting, like, they basically rated on a scale. It was from like pretty much 1 to 10. Majority of my beats were rating at 8 to 10. And like almost like some beats they were like, nah, that's a no go.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
out of 80% of the beats, they was like,
that's a good ratio.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But
that's
that gave me such a confidence in myself. It's like
that you got an industry standard.
Yeah, I know I can do it because I never would throw my music up against the wall and see what I would get.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'll just don't be one of those people
that's
that
what
have.
You were talking about earlier.
My boy Jarvis said, he said, man, you don't want no hard drive hits. Yeah. That means they never leave a hard drive. They never get out there. You gotta get your music out there.
As a songwriter earlier, I have a lot of songs that I know are hits, but I don't want to put them out because you put them out without a following.
You're afraid that they ain't gonna get no traction, but you don't know what hands is gonna enter though. You know what I'm saying?
But you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
If I can get a Tank or a Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? Just
it's kind of like the easier way out.
Yeah, but then of course, as a songwriter, you see more residuals anyway.
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially these days.
Yeah, so that's why like I was saying earlier, that's why I have a lot of music in my archives because I want to make sure before I put it out, I want to get people to hear it.
Yeah,
those legitimate artists to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Real quick thing, man. Last question. What is your most humbling experience that you have to deal with for as being a producer? I have one. I just want to
most humbling experience, man.
You want me to go over mine first?
Then you go first because I got a few of them, but
man, I had I was chopping it up with I'm trying to remember who I was talking to, but anyway, I had a show. I don't know if you was there or not. I can't remember. I had a show a few years ago. Live music or whatever, and I had the band there playing that night with me, and I did some industry songs, and then I had it was a mix set. I had some industry songs and a set with my music. You know what I'm saying? And when I performed in front of the crowd, I had people was really trying to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like really because they was grooving to it. It was checking it out, but. I guess it was the atmosphere. I chose the wrong atmosphere to perform at. It was just a bunch of niggas just talking.
Man, I hate that.
I'm talking about, bro, I'm up here performing my ass off.
Like, I've been to shows when I've seen that.
Trying to give it to them, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, it got so ignorant and niggerish. The niggas was like almost damn near trying to overtalk my set. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It was so bad, bro.
What was this at?
I think it was Zanzibar for Westheimer. You know what I'm saying? And
Zanzibar.
Them niggas was so loud, fool. I had to stop the show and I had to say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I have people here that's trying to listen. If you don't mind taking your conversations to the back, please do so. Because y'all niggas are messing it up for the ones that's here that actually give a damn. Can y'all take y'all conversations by the bar,
You checked him over the mic, dog.
I did, dog. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Kiro was there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Kiro was there. Kiro was there. And
I think I remember this, dog.
Matter of fact, I remember, I think you put it on your computer. When you was living out there in Baytown.
Dang, I remember this.
I had the footage.
I think I remember this.
I had the footage, and I always tell myself I'm never gonna let go of that footage. I'm gonna always go back and resort to that footage.
Yeah.
Just to kind of remind myself, of the sacrifice that you got to take. Because I like to motivate myself. You got to have self-motivation. But anyway, that was a humbling, and it was just a humiliating experience, bro.
Yeah.
And it's one of those experiences that'll make you doubt yourself. But in the end, I was like, I was just at a place where it was just some ignorant niggas.
It was just, I think it was just one of, but the thing is, you held on to that, but you always said, it just made you put you in a space where you gonna really work for yours and really try to do it, and it's just almost a reminder just not to give up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep going and keep you grounded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think the time for me, you know what? I think the most humbling experience for me was this was when I first started, and this was I guess it was early on.
Yeah.
But it was a reminder to make sure your sound whatever you put out, it sounds great and it sounds dope. Like no matter where they play it at, make sure it sounds good.
Yeah.
I remember this when I first started and I was producing for these dudes that was rapping, and this was another time I was mixing and I was doing the beats and everything, and it was like I'm thinking I'm doing what I needed to do, and it was like I thought it sounded great, and they had performed at the show. I went to the show. This was my first time hearing music over
your music.
Oh, my music over the beats, and it sounded so trash. Like it sounded horrible, and I'm like, and I felt so embarrassed, but they didn't know it was me. You know what I'm saying? But I felt it because I knew it was my stuff up there. Like, and like the people, the people didn't. People was like, I guess they was trying to get them boys. I guess they little, because they knew them, they giving they, little props trying to support. But it sounded so horrible. And then one of the dudes that was rapping was like, man, it sounded so trash. And it was like, I was thinking to myself, like, dang. Like, that's embarrassing to me because
you didn't want to let people know I produced it.
I ain't gonna lie, I left the venue kind of early too. I was like, man, I'm about to go. But when I left from there, it made me go back home and work on making sure my drums sound a certain way, making sure the levels are right, making sure it's hitting, making sure that any system it goes on, it sounds great. And the people wasn't really vibing to the music because the sound sounded so horrible. And I was just like, that was more so humbling experience for me because it was like, I took from that, it's like, make sure your stuff sound good before it hits for them people. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really make sure that's why, like, a lot of times when I spend time with records because I want to make sure it sound dope. That's like, real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to go out there sounding stupid or whack because I realize, like one of my teachers told me a long time ago, anything you put out there that's your name attached to it, it's out there. Once it hits the net, it's there. You can't.
That goes for entrepreneurs and artists that's listening to this right now.
I mean, this goes for people that don't even do music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even if you got a business that you're trying to
start. Man. Like, just step out there and just do it. But also, man, take the good and the bad, but you utilize it and let that be the fuel to keep you going. Like a lot of people, like we know that should be doing certain things that they probably just afraid to do it, but you can't be scared to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to get out there and do it. That's what made me better as a producer. I got to the place to where I'm like, man, I don't care if nobody like it or not. This is what I love to do, and I'm gonna put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Another time coming up. We're gonna take a break. We'll take a quick break. We're gonna come back to you.
You know what? Now we got a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna wait. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. I'll let you know.
Oh, okay. Only because I thought about the next segment already.
Oh yeah. Well, break Dan. All right, y'all. We back. Now you said you was gonna talk about something before we went to a little break, but
yeah, man, I'm really big on giving people credit. With some positive things going on in society right now, man. I know how a lot of us like to focus on negativity, and there's more excitement about negativity instead of positivity. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at a shout out to Kim Kardashian. Believe it or not, a lot of people may feel some type of way about that, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I was looking at this interview that she had on CNN with Van Jones, and it was very impressive, man, because she was talking about how she went to the White House, and basically she kind of realized, how broken the system is, for people of color.
It is.
And she's getting ready to take her bar exam, for become a lawyer, to get brothers and sisters clemency. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but that young sister, what's her name, Centoya Brown? Kim Kardashian, and I think a few other celebrities, but she was the one really out in the forefront that really kind of championed her clemency. And so she'll be released, Centoya Brown, she'll be released in August of this year. I don't know why the hell she got to still sit there for some months, but,
Stupid.
I'll take that, you know what I'm saying? But she got that sister off, and but I know she may have a track record, a lot of people may want to talk mess about, but I'm about, people evolving, you know what I'm saying? And when you evolve for the greater of good, especially, doing the things that she aspires to do, in society, for us getting people out of prison that shouldn't be there, That's dope. You know what I'm saying? And another person I want to give props to is Beyonce. I don't know if a lot of people watch the Homecoming. I didn't get a chance to watch it all the way.
I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it, but it was really cool, man, because it just goes to show you that she's really about that life. You know what I'm saying? She walked out of the deal with Reebok because she didn't see no black faces in there.
Yeah.
And she also had a lot of HBCU band members, you know, perform with her. She could have had just regular background dancers, and just a band, a regular assigned band. You know what I'm saying? But she went out and specifically got black HBCUs, you know, to do her shows with her, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And we need more of that. We need more of that, bro. And you know, of course, LeBron with the school. I was looking at the Huffington Post and a few other reliable sources, TMZ, and they was talking about the year. They did a year review on LeBron's school, and they're saying that his school, like the standards, is like surpassed the standards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't really give him a chance, you know, to they didn't see the vision that he had. I mean, they were like, the school is nice, the environment is nice and well put together, but are there really qualified teachers? Are there really qualified principals and administrators? A lot of people was questioning that.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron gonna get no dude off the street say I can teach and put in the school.
Exactly.
He don't get the best of the best.
Exactly. So they did the follow up and they looked at the test scores and everything. You know what I'm saying? And the kids exceeded their test scores. The teachers are doing very well. The numbers, the metrics of the school is doing very well, bro. So, you know, it's a lot of good things to be happy about in Black America. You know what I'm saying? And we still got ways to go.
Yeah.
But man, biggest thing is y'all gotta start giving these celebrities credit, man, when they doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop being so quick to get so damn excited about negativity and watching people downfall. You know what I'm saying? Get excited about the positive things they do. And that's how I am, man. I like to get excited about.
So you just want to
stuff.
give people they just do their credit, right?
Yeah. This is a segment where I just want to give people their credit, man, and put it out there because we have a lot of people out there.
Maybe we should start doing that. Just highlight, give people or just say unsung heroes. That are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just give them their credit because
we have so many podcasts and we have so many different gossip sites that only want to talk about the negative, and it's like. Y'all can't talk about Marshawn Lynch buying up all this property in the West Coast to keep it from being gentrified. But y'all want to focus on, you know, all this other negativity. You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that.
Exactly.
So
maybe we should start doing that, man. I guess we figure out something called something
like you know, a props segment where
give people their flowers while they can still smell them.
Man, you said it so perfectly, bro. Yeah. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man, that's good, man. But shoot, man, we getting close towards the end of this podcast, but you know we always got to do only choose one segment. So I got a good one.
Okay.
And so for only choose one, since we talking, this was more like, you know, music segment. We're gonna keep it music. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to 90s R&B male groups.
Oh, that's gonna be hard, dog.
But I'm gonna choose these four. Okay.
Don't make me. Man, I gotta choose one.
Only choose one, brother.
Dang.
So the first one, Jodeci. Number 2, Boys to Men. Number 3, New Edition. Number 4, Mint Condition.
Mint Condition is so slept on, dog.
That's why I put them in there.
Hey, I'm surprised I didn't mention them when I mentioned R&B groups.
So let's go over it again. Jodeci. Boys to Men. New Edition. Mint Condition. I mean, I say New Edition because they was kind of part of more so the 80s, but they got into that 90s where most people know their music.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just throw in a wild card. So
yeah.
My wild card I'm gonna throw in there is Drew Hill.
Man.
So out of those 5, you only can take away one. We talking about the whole catalog of music. We're gonna say the whole catalog of music, what they done for R&B. You only can choose one.
So you said Drew Hill, Mint Condition.
So I'm gonna say it again. Jodeci, Boys to Men, New Edition, Mint Condition. The wild card is Drew Hill. 90s R&B.
I'll probably have to say Mint Condition.
Ooh, Mint Condition? I mean, if that's what you going with, cause that ain't a bad pick though. You gotta think about all them songs they had, man. You got Pretty Brown Eyes. You got. Let's just go through the catalog, man, of music, dog.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I mean, cause when you talk about Drew Hill, I mean, it's their catalog is a monster.
They had some hits too.
They got a monster. And Boys to Men. Is Boys to Men in there too? Did you say
Yeah, I said Boys to Men too.
Man, yeah, they got.
And we can't forget it. I mean, they got
a song about Mama, dog. You can't let us.
Yeah, but they got I think Boys to Men got probably the most played, one of the played black R&B group song from End of the Road. Like,
oh,
come on, dude.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, I have to say Mint Condition. I'm gonna stick with it.
Mint Condition?
Yeah. How about you?
You know who I'm going with?
I know you're gonna say something different.
You know I got
good,
to.
though.
But I'm gonna give you my reason.
Yeah.
Out of all them groups and all them dope groups, but I'm gonna have to go with Jodeci.
Okay. All right. Ouch. That hurt a little bit.
And this is my reason for going with Jodeci. They shaped, out of all those groups, they was like the edgy R&B group to where it was like, they made it like, I don't know, it's just something about the music, it caught me more than Boys to Men. If I had to, that's my only, I only gonna choose one. If I'm gonna listen to all those groups, that's what I'm choosing.
You offended a lot of people.
I don't care. This is my opinion. Oh, this is what I feel. That's okay. Offensive.
When we cut these cameras off, Eric, I'm gonna have some things to tell you, buddy.
But nah, man, I don't know. It just like okay. If I had to rank them, it would be Jodeci, Mint Condition, New Edition, Drew Hill, Boys to Men.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't say another group in there like Jagged Edge or 112.
Man, them niggas don't even come close. Jagged Edge doesn't come close, dog. They got songs, but they don't come close, bro. Jagged Edge doesn't come close. Silk doesn't come close to me.
Dang, I forgot about Silk.
Like, no, they don't.
Yeah, you got me thinking. See, when I get to the car, I'm gonna be jamming.
Think about, okay, if you want to say from the aspect of how many groups will spawn, you got to go with New Edition.
Yeah.
Because that spawned what? You got Bobby Brown, Bell Biv DeVoe, Ralph Tresvant, but which his career wasn't, he only had one album.
Yeah. We had some amazing one-hit wonders back in the day.
We did have some. We got to do a choose one-hit wonders though, but that's another one. Yeah. You just gave me an idea on that one, dog. But yeah, man, I got to go with Jodeci though.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
And I know people gonna probably be mad at me for that one.
They're trolling you on that one.
But hey,
I'm safe. I'm in the safe zone.
It's a safe zone. People might think Boys and Men probably though should be number one. Should only can choose that one.
Okay.
But I mean, I can feel you on that one. But but that was episode. What we on? I'm starting to lose count now.
That was episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Beats in politics, man. We got
another special guest coming soon too.
Yeah, I think y'all gonna like this one too. This next guest we have, man. So, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Eric Rashad Music, Facebook, Eric Williams. So,
all right. So you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm not really on Twitter, but you can follow me.
Man, I ain't on Twitter, man. Look, I'm sorry, man. I last time I logged into Twitter, man, I just seen so much crappy posts.
Yeah.
And
I'm just very uninterested on Twitter.
Yeah, like people be posting everything on Twitter. Like they got it's just nasty on Twitter, bro. So I gotta kind of get tired of that, man. But yeah, you can follow us on there, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. All the videos on YouTube, man. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. We're gonna do a giveaway, I guess, once we reach 5K or 10K subscribers.
I say 5K.
5,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna do a giveaway. Once we get to 5K, we're gonna do a giveaway. We don't know what it is yet, but it's gonna be something nice. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, man. Let people know about the podcast, man.
Already, that's it.
So we good, man. We're about to catch this game too. So catch y'all on the next one.
Let's go Rockets.
Rockets.
Let's complete the sweep. You know what I'm talking
Complete the
about?
sweep. Hopefully by this time they going on to round 2.
Yeah, let's watch these dishes sweep these floors, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sweep these floors.
Let's finish up this sweep.
All right, y'all. Holla at y'all.
All right.